Robinhood stock has been on fire in 2024. Shares are up a little over 200% as I'm recording for the year. And there's a few reasons for this, but they're really come down to fundamental improvements that Robinhood has made and momentum that they have in the business. When a stock moves up this quickly, I'm always skeptical that it's just some sort of momentum trading that's happening. There's definitely a little bit of that going on, but there's also some really good trends going on in Robinhood's business. So I want to go through the three that I think investors need to know about. My name is Travis Hoium. Thanks for watching Asymmetric Investing. Please subscribe here on YouTube for all my content, and thanks to this video sponsor, The Motley Fool. If you go to fool.com/ASYM, they'll give you their top 10 stocks to buy right now. So let's start with the first one, and that is cryptocurrencies. You can see from this chart that crypto is actually a pretty big revenue driver for Robinhood. 311 million over the past year, not quite back to the peak in 2021. That makes a lot of sense because people just aren't trading that much anymore, but that will likely change in the fourth quarter. Robinhood has been getting into more cryptocurrencies. There's also just generally a lot more trading going on in the market. So that should be a big driver of new revenue and even new users. And this is just an increase in the number of use cases that Robinhood has. If you go back to when they really jumped onto the scene and came public, this was a YOLO platform. It was a platform that a lot of younger traders who had a little bit smaller portfolios were using to trade things like options and cryptocurrencies. That really backfired on the company. And you can see that in that revenue chart. Revenue plummeted between 2021 and 2022. But now we're starting to come back. And this is part of the more sustainable business that Robinhood is building. Cryptocurrencies may not be kind of the core that you want to build this business specifically around, but it is going to be a really nice growth driver for the company. And they've added a lot of products and services to make this much more accessible. So I think that's going to be a really nice growth driver this year and potentially positions them to be one of the best places to play the cryptocurrency market and all the development that's happening on the blockchain over the long term. But maybe even bigger news is how big Robinhood is getting in retirement. You can see that momentum in retirement in this chart. This is from their third quarter 2024 earnings. Let's start with the number of accounts. So the number of accounts is up about 2x. This is since the third quarter of 2023. So just a year, doubled the number of accounts that customers have for their retirement. But look at the assets under custody. That is up 9x. So what's happening is that they're not only attracting more customers. This is huge growth for a brokerage business, but they're attracting customers that have more assets to bring to the platform. This is the average assets under custody per account in thousands of dollars. So a year ago, just $2,800 in assets under custody per account on a Robinhood retirement account. Now that's up to a little over $10,000. So that is a phenomenal increase. And the reason that you want to see growth in these retirement accounts is these are likely relationships that are going to last for decades. If somebody's starting a retirement account, let's say when they're 25 years old, they may not retire for 40 or 50 years. That's a long-term relationship with Robinhood. So Robinhood is going to be able to generate fees from trading that happens in that retirement account that are going to generate fees. They're going to be able to use that stock for short sales. There's all kinds of ways that brokerages can make money just by having more assets under custody and having long duration assets that aren't just going to be YOLO traded away is going to be a really good position for Robinhood to be in. So this is part of the maturation process that I see Robinhood going through. This is a very different company today, attracting a very different type of customer than it was 3 years ago. And in particular, assets per retirement account is just an indication of how well this is going. But there's another massive growth driver that I think is really the key to Robinhood's future. Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/ASYM for the top 10 stocks to buy right now. And that key is this right here, the number of gold subscribers. This table gives it a little bit better detail and also goes through the benefits that you get from Robinhood Gold. So Gold is a $5 per month subscription. I believe it's $50 per year now. And you get a few benefits for that. You get a higher yield on uninvested cash. You get a 3% IRA match. So why are more customers putting their retirement accounts in Robinhood? This 3% match is a huge benefit for customers. On a trading perspective, you can get bigger margin accounts and lower fees for those margin accounts, better fees for options. Same thing for futures trading. The gold card, I think, is a huge benefit. I've been using this for a couple of months now. 3% cash back is actually more than the fee that it takes to take a credit card. So Robinhood is actually losing money on each one of those transactions. But as Vlad has said, they're going to make it up on the back end. If we're able to attract customers to sign up for gold, which is revenue that they're going to make on a monthly or yearly basis, they're able to lose money on that because there's all kinds of other ways that they can make money being a brokerage and being a place where assets are under custody. There's also just generally a deposit boost. This isn't just for retirement accounts. If you put $1,000 into your Robinhood account and you're a gold member, you're going to get $10 on top of that. So all of these things are incentives to get customers to put more assets on Robinhood's platform. And the adoption rate is growing at a pretty rapid clip. Now 9% of customers have adopted this Robinhood Gold. I've compared this to the Costco model. Costco basically breaks even on running all of its stores, but it makes money because it's able to charge this annual subscription fee. So that's their profit. And then they're able to run everything else break even. How do you compete with that if you're a competitor unless you copy that exact business model? Because you're not going to be able to give all of these benefits to your customers unless you have a subscription fee. So this is where you're getting a real differentiation and you're drawing the kind of customers that you want to have if you're Robinhood, not the customers who have $1,000 in a trading account, but customers that have $100,000 in a retirement account. That's going to be much more profitable for you long term. So more cryptocurrency trading, more retirement accounts, and more Robinhood Gold customers are, I think, 3 phenomenal reasons to own Robinhood stock right now. It's a huge reason that there's so much momentum. And just look at the operating momentum that Robinhood has right now. They went through a rough patch through the middle of 2022, but since then, they've really turned things around. Their revenue is heading in the right direction. You can see they've gone from losing money, both from a net income perspective and a free cash flow perspective, to being profitable. This is now a company that has made $525 million in net income over the past year. I think that number is going to continue going higher. Now, that being said, this is no longer a cheap stock at a $32 billion market cap. But long term, and that's what I'm thinking about, is as a long-term investor, you want to have companies that are disrupting the status quo, because oftentimes you're able to grow in high double digits, 20, 30% over the course of a decade. And even overpaying for a stock like that can often pay off in spades if you have that kind of growth momentum. And that's exactly what I see from Robinhood. So it isn't just about the growth, it's about growing in the right places for Robinhood. I think that's exactly what we're seeing. Of course, the momentum in the market helps. Your assets under custody are going to increase just from the increase in the value on the stock market. But Robinhood is growing more than that. They're attracting customers, and these are a few of the reasons why. But let me know what you think about Robinhood stock today. Leave your comments in the comment section below. Don't forget to subscribe to Asymmetric Investing. Thanks for watching, everybody. See you here next time.